I'm Sonia and I help people take their power back. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me or to support my channel, my Ko-Fi link is down below. For this video, I got a comment and thought it would be another great scenario to go over and kind of break down what is happening, what you need to change, and just kind of give an example of why manifestations aren't working. And Jax is moaning now, so we're gonna try and find him. There he is. All right. So here was the original comment. Manifesting a reconciliation with my husband. I've been affirming for more than a month. No movement. I wonder if my affirmations are wrong. But now they've become a groove, so I don't know if I should change them. But yes, there are past beliefs and insecurities and a strong negative bias in the way. Do I have to work through all that? Or can I focus on thinking new thoughts / affirmations? After I do the affirmations, I feel better, then 3D and expecting the worst hits in the gut. How do I build trust and faith? I tried manifesting little things, but that is a hit or miss also, so I get the message that it's random. All right. There's a lot in this comment, and that was why I'm like, I'm gonna make a video and just talk about it all because yeah, it's just easier for me. So I don't care how long you've been affirming. I said this in the last video that I did about a comment. I don't care how long you've been affirming, you're gonna affirm again. The thing that comes to mind with this is there's a movie, it's called Miracle. It's about the 1980 men's Olympic hockey team, the US team that beat the Soviet Union when the Soviets were deemed unbeatable. And they were deemed unbeatable for, I think, over a decade. And it was this ragtag group of kids that the coach, Herb Brooks, hand-selected, knowing that the way that they were going to beat the Soviets was to beat them at their own game, not try to be better than them. Because everyone else that had tried to play them had tried to be better than them, and it didn't work. He understood that the way to beat them was to beat them at their own game. There's a part in that movie where after the beginning part of the movie when he picks the team, so spoiler alerts if you've never seen it, but the coach picks the team, hand selects them. And as they're practicing and being together, they start forming cliques because there's like shit from them playing on other teams. And so the Boston players are like hanging out together, and then the other players are hanging out together, and then they're like picking sides and they're picking fights, and they're not working as a team. They go play an exhibition game. I can't remember if they win or lose, but I just know that the coach was pissed afterward. He's like, this is unacceptable. They were like talking about on the bench how they're gonna go pick up girls after the game, like all this stuff. And the coach is just like, yeah, no, this is unacceptable. We're about to go play in the Olympics on the world stage against a team that is known for being unbeatable, and this is unacceptable. So after the game, he starts bag skating them. If you're unfamiliar with hockey, bag skating is when you do skating drills after a game because you did not play well. So he has them at the boards on one side of the ice. He has them skate to the blue line, back to the boards, to the center ice, back to the boards, to the blue line, back to the boards, from board to board, over and over and over again, yelling at him, this is unacceptable, you gotta do better, blah, 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 to the point where the doctor of the team is like, you can't keep doing this to them. Like, they just played a whole game, you have to stop this. Like, they're barely able to stand up. No, they're gonna go again. Again. They're gonna do it again. They're gonna do it again, to the point where the maintenance guy of the arena is like, I want to go home. And the coach is like, give me the keys, they're not done. So they turn out the lights, and they are skating in the fucking dark. Again. What the coach was trying to get them to realize, because what they were doing up until this point was focusing on all of their past shit. We play for Boston and we hate Minnesota because of this or whatever. I think those were the two teams that were the main like problem, but there was like kerfuffles and like blah blah blah, and we don't whatever. When the coach was asking all these players, who do you play for? They would say, I play for Boston, I play for Minnesota, I play from wherever the fuck I came from the past. He wanted them to realize that that is no longer fucking true. So he bag skated them until one of them realized, and one of them finally realizes and goes, says his name. I can't remember his name, but he says his name. He says, I play for the United States of America. The same concept with your affirmations. Until your affirmations catch up in your 3D, you do not stop saying them. And even when they do start showing up, you don't stop saying them. You are always manifesting. You have always been manifesting. You are always going to be manifesting. This situation that you are currently in, you manifested it because of your thoughts, because of your consistent thoughts, because of the way you think about things and the meaning that you put to all these situations and the way that you're looking at the past, all of that shit. So you don't get to go back to thinking the old thoughts. So let's say you get this, you get your husband back, you're happy together, and then you start thinking the old thoughts. Guess what's gonna fucking happen? The old shit's gonna manifest again, because it's always your consistent thoughts. So I don't care how long you have been affirming, you're gonna affirm again, 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 again. Okay? Again. That is the mindset. Now, the thing that I can tell you from this comment is that you are thinking that the affirmations, that sitting and doing affirmations is what manifests, and it is not. Sitting and affirming is the act of doing that as a technique, any technique, whether it's visualizing, scripting, affirming, whatever the fuck it is, I don't care what it is. You are doing that to get your brain familiar with what you want to be true. And from you saying that you affirm and you feel better, and then you look at the 3D and then you get a pit in your stomach, you think that the affirmation session is what is going to manifest, and it is not. When you get that pit in your stomach is when you need to start fucking affirming. That's why you are told to ignore the 3D. I don't care what's happening in the 3D, you are going to affirm. Because as long as you are affirming and you are focusing on what you want to be true instead of what currently is or has been in the past, it will catch up and eventually push out into your 3D. That is how this works. That is how this works. You need to start looking at the present moment, what is happening right in front of you, for what it is. It is a manifestation of your past thoughts. It probably is not going to just instantly manifest. It's not going to just, I affirmed and then it's done. It's done because it's in your head done. If you are consistently telling yourself that this is how it is, the proof of that in your physical world will show up. But you are affirming, 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 affirming. I hope this works, I hope this works, I hope this works. And then you look at the outside world and you go, oh shit, it didn't work. So it must not work. And that's why it's not working. Because all of these thoughts that you are thinking about how things aren't working have got to go. You talk about how there's past getting in the way. It was, let's see. Yes, there are past beliefs and insecurities and a strong negative bias in the way. All of that shit has to go, and you need to replace it with what you want to be true instead. If you were happily with your husband, not the reconciliation, not the fucking apology, but you are happy with him. You are happy in your relationship. You are not allowed to think all this shit that made you unhappy and made you get into this situation. Again, because that is what will manifest. So you need to let the past be the past. You need to revise what you need to revise. Think about this however you need to think about this in order for you to be able to see yourself in the relationship you want to be in. So all that shit has to go. How do you do that? By affirming. By affirming what you want to be true instead. By letting go of all those old stories. All of that old bullshit. Revise it if you need to. But you do not get to keep thinking about how he did all this shit and like this all happened and blah, blah, blah. Like holding a grudge. You're never going to have a happy fucking relationship if you're holding a grudge against your person. So all of that shit has to go. All of it. Past beliefs, insecurities, and a strong negative bias. All of that has to go. You need to be shifting that to what you want to be true instead. When you think those thoughts about how any of that is true, it has to go and be replaced with something else. Because you consistently focusing on that is manifesting perfectly. You are a master at manifester. You can't not manifest. All of this shit that you're focusing on in the 3D, this is why I call it confirming your 3D. You are looking at the situation and being like, it's still like that, it's still like that, it's still like that, and hoping that 10 minutes of affirmations a few times a day is going to change something. It's not. And it never will change. It's not how it works. You need to get rid of all of the old thoughts and replace them with what you want to be true. There is no movement after a month. Like I said, you need to keep affirming. You are also too focused again on the 3D. There is always movement. If in your imagination is where everything starts. Everything. So you have to imagine it in here and know that no matter what you are seeing, you are getting movement. Things are shifting and changing. You just don't see it. And that is part of the game. You just have to go with it. You have to know that by doing the work internally, the rest will push out. Consistently. Do it again, 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 again. And again, you don't stop when you start to get movement, because if you let yourself go back to the old stuff and you let those insecurities and all that crap come back, guess what you get to experience? Because you're always manifesting. Your subconscious doesn't give a fuck if it's something you want or something you don't. It doesn't have any way to make that decision. You make that decision by what you are feeding it, what you are consistently telling yourself about who this person is, how your relationship is, all that stuff, even the past. Okay. Let's see. How do I build trust and faith? You do it and you watch it happen. You said that you have tried to manifest small things and it seems like it's random. You need to stop trying to manifest. You need to make the decision that you know what you're doing and you know how this works and you are really fucking good at it. You said, what did you say exactly? It was like, I don't know. I wonder if my affirmations are wrong, but now I'm in a groove, so I don't know if I should change them. Should I focus on the new thought? Like I don't know how to do this. I know exactly how to do this. I know everything there is to know about manifesting and fully understand it. I'm a master at manifesting. I know exactly how to do this. I always get what I want. I always get what I want, because right now your thoughts are, this may or may not work. And that's why this stuff is random. All of your consistent thoughts are manifesting into your physical world. Your experience is based off of how you choose to think about it. This goes with everything. This is not as fucking woo-woo as people want it to sound. You just have never been aware that you were doing this, and so you don't understand what is actually happening. But the more that you do it, the more you will see it for what it is. So let's, for example, I want you to think of somebody that you think is an asshole. Just any person. It's like, yeah, they're an asshole. They did something that then, from your point of view, made you label them an asshole. So now they're an asshole, and everything that they do, you are going to filter from that bias, from that perspective. But somebody else could know them and see them do the same fucking thing and think, oh my God, they're just like the coolest person ever. Because of the way that they perceive what is happening around them. And now you have two different experiences where one person is like, oh my God, I love that person, they're amazing. You're sitting here going, oh my God, I hate that person, they're an asshole. All based on the perspective that you gave the situation. When you change your perspective of that person, they will change and they will no longer be an asshole. Because the way that you view things is now different. But if you view things differently for 10 minutes, and I'm guessing that when you are affirming, yes, you feel better, but you are not fully being in the state of having the thing. You are still questioning, is it working? Am I doing this right? And when is it going to happen? What if this happens? I can't get rid of this negative thought, and this happened, and this. All of that shit has to change. All of it. Does it have to be every thought that you catch? No, but predominantly you need to be telling yourself that things are the way you want them to be. All of the rest of this shit needs to go. The way that you get rid of it is by, like I said, affirming through it. If you are in a happy relationship, all of the shit from the past no longer matters. And if that stuff matters so fucking much, I don't know what to tell you. If that shit is more important than being in a happy relationship with this person, you're never going to be in a happy relationship with this person because you're always going to resent them or whatever's going on. It comes down to a choice. Choosing to see the situation, see everything involved from the perspective that you want it to be. And you don't look at the 3D. The 3D is an old manifestation. The current moment is an old manifestation. It is like looking at an old newspaper. Let's say you picked up a newspaper from 2020. Are you going to be fucking shocked by what you read? There may be some things that you didn't know happened, but are you going to be shocked by the overall news of 2020? No, because you fucking were there. You remember what happened. You remember how you were thinking about all this. So of course the 3D right after, for a while is not catching up, but there is always movement. Looking for the movement is telling yourself that it is not working, and that is why it is not working. Focus on changing your thoughts, let all of this shit go, and focus on telling yourself that things are the way you want them to be. Over and over and over and over again. Whenever you think about this situation, nope, that's no longer true. This is what's true. Nope, this is what's true. Nope, this is what's true. This is what's true. This is what's true. I am in a happy relationship and I have never been happier. Everything in my life is perfect. How do you build trust in this? By switching those thoughts and trying to not getting rid of the trying, manifesting some things that you don't care about. Manifest seeing a specific animal. Do Neville Goddard's ladder technique. Manifest climbing up and down a ladder. The little things that you manifest help you to understand how this all works. But again, you're saying that it's hit or miss. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. I recently rewatched the Star Wars movies, and it's like when Yoda in, which one is it, Empire Strikes Back, he's fighting with Obi-Wan. He's like, Luke is too old, he can't do it, he doesn't understand, it's not gonna work, and whatever. And Obi-Wan's just like, whatever, just let it go. And Luke is trying to get the X-Wing, the ship out of the bog or the water, whatever. And he's like trying to do it, and Luke's like, oh my god, it's impossible, I can't do it, it just doesn't work, blah blah blah. And then Yoda's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. And there you go. Do or do not, there is no try. Change your thoughts or don't. If you don't, you're gonna keep getting more of the same shit. I know exactly what I'm doing. This is so fucking easy. It always works for me. I don't care if it's never worked for you before. It's going to work now. Why? Because you're going to tell yourself it works. Nope, this works. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. This always works. We are so happy together. We're so happy together. We're so happy together. We're so happy together. We're so happy together. And you are going to ignore what is happening, and you are going to do whatever you need to do with that past shit. Again, changing the way you think about it so that you can be in this happy relationship. Because that is how you manifest, is by changing your perception of all of this shit, because it's working perfectly. You're just getting what you don't want because that is what you predominantly focus on. Thank you so much for watching. If you have yet to check out Create Your Manifestation Lifestyle, it is here on YouTube. The link is down below. And if you haven't, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Love and light.